This was against their agenda to continue oppressing and subjugating the masses, subjugating the Hindus, whom they were directly looting and profiting off of. Yet, over the last 2 decades, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has worked continuously so hard in order victims of gender-based violence against Hindu women and against the women of Kailasa. And in so many different ways, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, undertaken by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to analyze exactly how the victims of Kailasa to take up the mission of improving the support to victims and any targets and vulnerable Hindu women. And also, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continues as well to report to the international audience and to report that the United Nations has published and where it specifies violence, still there are millions who have not had their voice heard yet. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continues to work to eliminate the crimes done against women, the Bhairavis, the Yoginis, everyone. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been actively for just simply for their Hindu lifestyle. And not only that, over the last 2 decades, measures have been taken by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in order to support and to heal the victims of violence and ultimately to. And we have seen, for example, in so many of the ancient sovereign of these Adinams and Sarvagnapitas and these ancient sovereign nations, these ancient kingdoms. And whether it is in Pavlakundru, in the ancient city of Tiruvannamalai, or primordial Adinams, which were established by Paramashiva himself, that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving. In every single way, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working to empower. You can see some of the most devastating attacks, whether it is in Pavlakundru or Tiruchulam or in the media against so many women, directed attacks in order to sexualize them, is ultimately an attack against the entire Hindu ecosystem, and ultimately to use them as and weaponize women against the destruction. That the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has literally worked so hard in order to voice out, to bring the international attention and ensure undergone so much, and yet still not having a platform to voice out and to share and to heal monasteries that were entirely attacked simply because they were ecosystems which were meant to empower Hindu women and which were meant to enrich the Hindu women. To attack in Pavlakundru, for example, over a series of just a few months, the entire Adinam was absolutely destroyed, and the women, they were there standing to protect the deities and protect the ecosystem. Yet the sannyasis of Sovereign Order of Kailasa and the Hindu women who stand guard to protect the Hindu deities and to protect we can see here the destruction of the entire monastery of Pavlakundru in 2007. The whole world served the community, served the whole world with the sacred sentiments of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, were absolutely dehumanized, raped, and violated to the most extreme. The Hindu women and their stories, they're gone through. And whether it is even the attacks against the Trishulam Adinam in 2017 in August, where literally women were stoned, cars overturned, had trespassed and destroyed the entire Trishulam Adinam, which was a female-run monastery that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was reviving in order to empower Hindu women. In that circumstance, we saw day and age. Cars being overturned and made sure that there was no way to escape. And literally each and every one of us being made to hold on, protect ourselves from crimes done against us. The women of Kailasa, whether it is the Sanya, does not go unnoticed and made invisible to the whole world. At least in this sense, at least after so many places, today the UN has finally recognized the persecution done against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the women of Kailasa. Despite having done all this, attacks continue against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and against specifically the women of Kailasa, the vulnerable population and the indigenous Hindu women, and also by as well providing and aiding each and every one of the victims with proven methods of healing from trauma and pain, and even by empowering women, Hindu indigenous women. Hinduism has done everything in order to ensure, in order to help empower women and eliminate the crimes done against women. In this women-only Adinam, so much of attack was done. And we're seeing the brutal amount of destruction through the whole. Yes. And it is due to the ultimate and empower humanity with the super conscious breakthrough. And every single day, the Supreme Pontiff, a few minutes. Let us now get ready for the live darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Please sit with your head, neck, and sound. Chant the Mahavakya. Om Ananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Shivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.